and welcome. Oh, my mic here. Oh, I just can't hear myself in the stream. Okay. And we are live. UNH versus UMD, Varsity Marble Rivals. Gonna be a quick ban phase here. UNH not liking that hella matchup, but do want to save Phoenix at good burst damage on her 3-hit proc. Meanwhile, UMD does not want to face the Flyer with the Human Torch ban, as well as Magneto. Kind of a shame. I like Magneto. They do save matches for those damage boosts, as Wolverine the next to go for UNH here. Not wanting that high health and high over health. Do you see some interesting hovers here early for UNH? You see that Jeff and Magic hover from Moon Clover and Despair. Could see a dive comp maybe. Does look like they want to get rid of Venom.
Hello, salutations.
Salutations. I'm joined here by my co-host, Bappo.
Hello, guys. I'm Bappo. Hi, Antonio. Are you ready to watch an exciting match from New Haven today?
I hope it's exciting.
It will be. Our team is very good at making things exciting.
That's always good to see. As Emma Frost, the next save for UMD. UNH in the meantime did save Venom. Definitely could see a dive comp.
I think they're trying to play more of a brawly comp this time around because they're saving the Phoenix meaning they definitely plan to play it.
Yeah,
they would not save.
Oh, go ahead.
I don't more like Ben.
Warlock band is interesting. I'm just waiting for that Phoenix nerf to finally hit the servers. Her burst damage is nuts.
They're nerfing Phoenix this patch?
I hope they do. I main her in ranked, and you can just one team groups up, and you can just wipe the whole floor with them.
Mm-hmm.
When mutants are in danger, the White Queen answers. Usually.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
The darkness in you seems so familiar.
Hydra did give me weird arm tentacles when they experimented on me here. Maybe they were cousins of yours.
If they were, be glad that they were severed from your body before they took control.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Please. I've faced greater challenges in the danger room.
See them? Right there. Needs some help. A nice deep freeze. Please, we're hurt.
Oh, Big Man gets a grab on their Venom, pushing him back, getting him out of there.
Yeah, good play there. Dive away from the front. Big trades. Both Emma Frost.
Venom Revere is getting jumped, forced out of his E. He's getting jumped. Hella.
He goes down. Phoenix.
That's first pick on the fight.
Make that
that gives so much room for the UNH just to move in and clean up.
Oh yeah, absolute cleanup right there.
And over here, pulling out the Beyblade tech.
That was a good first showing from UNH. They're strong, no death across the board.
Another senseless battle over.
That was a very good first fight. They didn't really use too much. They got it done clean and quick. Venom made that mistake of pushing in on his own. He got grabbed by Emma Frost.
And now UNH has that bonus of being able to hold the defense instead of...
Venom goes in on the back line.
You see both Star-Lord and Cloak ult being used here. Luna Snow...
Counter the Star-Lord.
Yeah, good ulti from Cloak there, saving the team. Good freeze.
Pushing the team back, not letting him really get in. Bucky goes in, forcing out the Luna ult. That allows UNH to get at least some room with no supports. The problem is that UMD is playing triple support, so I guess UNH a little bit of a problem when it comes to sustain. Then over here looking for a big ol' get some half, not really just for buying the what's it called? Pressure on the back line. Not really letting them get in.
Staying
They're
alive.
really down right now, but they're just stalling. Good stall from Venom. Get the few extra points while they can.
Yeah, pushes them past that 50%.
That means stage transform.
Taking a moment for the team to come back together before the next push. A lot of ults from both sides there, so I don't expect to see too many on this team fight.
They have Emma ult, then the other team has used so far both two support ults, Star Lord, and that's it. They should have everything else. Going to right side, Emma uses ult first, catching UNH off guard. The thing is with Emma ult, you want to use it as early as you can, just to get rid of the ults. Oh, great pick from Big Man. Great pick from Big Man. Skylark jumps off the map.
Yeah, fight wasn't going their way. They took the respawns.
Although it was a good pick, Luna comes back just so quickly that it's not as worth as it was.
Yeah, just hoping to see this Phoenix get a whole bunch of those stacked up on that line.
I'm sure Despair and Skylark Man are looking here to combo their ults.
Yeah, it seems like UNH is keeping that high off angles.
Big Man looking for a dive, gets on all three supports. Mantis looks like Mantis sleep hits, don't really leave him there and damage him out of it, which is also good. Big Man swings out, he's pretty low.
Another Star Lord ult. Bad for UNH, that's gonna make that team fight impossible.
Yeah, they've got jump from all sides.
Yeah, that early
Despair,
pick really saved.
Despair and Happy Knight were just getting jumped from the side by the Mantis.
Gotta get that portal quick.
Looks like they're gonna portal there. Make sure you don't get out of it.
It's gonna be close. They managed to touch.
Good portal, playing it safe a little bit. They should have ult advantage soon. If they just have to play for Phoenix. They have to play for Phoenix and they have to play for Luna. That'll help them win the fight. Bucky has his ult. Looking good pick on the Star Lord. They're down support. They force out the Luna, which is good. They get the Jeff as well with the Bucky ult. Mantis, jumping Mantis. Trying to get her as fast as you can. Both supports are low. Get the Mantis. Jump on the Luna. Good pick from Knight. Trying to stagger the Emma as much as possible. Try not to C9 at the same time.
Huge.
They're gonna stagger the Emma here. Good fight, one. Now they have Luna and they have Phoenix. With this, they can either combo with Venom or they could combo with Phoenix. Most likely Phoenix here. Especially like Phoenix one tap, just one shot down on damage boost.
The Mantis damage could come in huge.
Big Man here set up on height. Blackout is getting the left side. Super nice setup. Nice flanking a little bit on the right here. Big Man dives in, getting on the supports. Gets the Jeff. What a crazy push.
Barely survived.
Naito grabs Star Lord, pushing him in.
Strange finding one. UNH keeping
Really
up
good
with the team
picks.
fight. They did push up to 99%. It is overtime for UMD. They are the ones to lose here. Big Phoenix ult knocking away that overhealth for Venom. Now they're off point except that Star Lord, and he has to fight off 1v6 with ulti. But he pulls off the sight.
Nice C9 from Star Lord. Very good push. Very good push.
Oh, you know that one's gotta hurt, Star Lord.
Especially when they got that close. They got that close.
Before we had powers, we had each other. That bond is unbreakable.
Because those last two team fights, UNH were strong.
It really is about a game of sustain and ults, especially against triple support. You just have to play really well into what am I using this fight and how are we going to force these ults. Venom just does such a good job at doing the forcing out.
Yeah, and then he's able to pull them all together, and Phoenix can benefit hugely off that. seems like we're gonna have an early tech pause here.
The battle starts in 5,
UNH may be suffering from an audio issue.
2, 1.
I'm pretty sure Despair has an audio issue with his headset. It's not working as intended.
And he's still clutched.
Ollie's headset. What do you think of UNH's first performance at start? How do you think the team fared out there?
Sorry, is that for me?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, they fared out very well. That first fight, especially. Getting that early 50% set them up to allow that overtime fight.
Definitely. UNH's all man fans really is on top. Sometimes
Oh,
you
yeah.
gotta really withhold your trigger finger from going out and be like, do I ult here or should we fight back a little bit to where we don't use our ult here?
Yeah,
And against triple support, that's very crucial.
the big thing with Phoenix, though, you always have to be careful not to get it destroyed while you're flying down.
All right, looks like we're starting back.
Hopefully, we do start up soon. Eager to see the rest of this match.
JV Rivals is also playing today.
Yeah, I believe they're playing now, no?
Yes, they are playing now as well.
Hopefully, UNH walks out with 2 wins today.
Sorry for the intermission, folks.
Inshallah.
Inshallah, his headset will work.
A bit of a brief pause here. Luckily, it shouldn't be that long. Hopefully, it's just an issue with the headset, not like a audio port issue on the PC.
Let's hope that is the case.
Otherwise, UNH gonna have to get some extra funding.
Looks like we're coming back.
And it does appear that way. Second round of this domination underway soon.
It's 5-minute match. Oh,
Quick little water break.
All you need to do is capture the
And,
mission
oh,
area.
straight away.
Got
That's
it?
right. They paused on round start.
Every spell cast has its price.
Early
and my
portal for
debt
UNH.
is deep.
Maybe looking to catch UMD off guard.
definitely. What they do here is that they block one of the entry. Oh, never mind. They're just going on height. Usually, there's a different approach to the teleportation that they do. Trying to be UMD on the height.
That's an early ultimate for Bucky. Good to see that.
Both teams are playing similar comps. Just the DPS line is different, and so is the tank.
Eye of Agamotto doesn't find any kills. Bucky trying to maybe get that execute proc.
Good kill on the Phoenix to get an early pick here.
Ooh, huge
Now set him up.
hook.
Dema is really in right now.
Oh, but Bucky cut off the rest of his team.
Almost got the pick off.
UNH does
Early
lose.
Invisol here.
Punisher
Helped
also
him to
as
secure
well.
the fight. Phoenix
UMD
is stuck.
using a lot
The
of
Bear got
ulti.
stuck over there. It honestly works well in UNH's favor in this way. Just force out a lot of ults. That works really good. Always a good strategy.
I don't believe UNH used any support ult, so they should have that for this upcoming team fight.
The enemy team, I think, just used Invis and they have used Punisher.
Meanwhile, UNH sits
UN
on what, with 4 ults, I saw?
Yes, UNH has 4 ults coming up on Phoenix. Going up height here. Good method.
Yeah, Venom
Definitely wanna
trying
play
look
low.
towards that back line.
Sitting up here trying to farm. Looking for any opportunity here.
Big
Venom goes in
Agamotto.
on both the supports and Punisher. The Punisher is very scary here. Big eye of Agamotto from UMD.
Yeah, that was a rough play for UNH. They were trying to get some damage off that top rope, maybe try to drop down, but UMD played that really well. Strange flying up to interrupt the push.
They still have lead in ults. In terms of ults, UNH has more ults than UMD. That Punisher is very scary for the Venom, though. He didn't just pop him like nobody's business.
That shotgun is rough when you're a dive tank. Oh, leave a bit of Phoenix battle.
This
going
pair
on
is
here.
over very low. The Phoenix goes in on her own, ulting. Crazy ult from Phoenix takes the spare out, leaving UNH with one less team.
Yeah, UNH is going to have to play some ultimates here. Fight on site. That cloak ultimate does come out, giving UNH a chance to push on the side. Good dive by the back.
I'm just hoping the Punisher's gonna kill him out of it. Oh my god. Venom goes in.
Venom doing good to push that backline back, but he's low now.
Happy Knight's over here having a 1v1 with the Phoenix. Comes back down. Big man goes in. Kind of gets punished for it by the Punisher. It's crazy.
Yeah, the whole
I
UNH
think this might be a sweep for UMD here.
Yeah,
Without a
UMD
touch
walked
from
away.
UNH.
100%. Still, UNH does sit on 4 ults for this next and final round.
Oh, definitely surprised UNH didn't really use any ults there. I would have assumed they'd at least walk in with Luna.
If we stay focused, we've got this.
Plenty of chances for them to combo together for this first push. You see that Venom swapped to Emma Frost
Get
now.
ready.
Yeah, definitely Venom is a very difficult
If we use our
to play here.
together,
Yeah, especially against the Punisher.
Punisher is so good anti-dive.
Talking about kid.
Oh yeah, that shotgun and you just over with one good headshot.
My costume just kind of came with my powers.
And I'm practically seething inside your
The battle starts in 5.
Final round of this domination is going to be underway.
All you need to do is capture the
I think one of them ulted in spawn or something.
For UNH or UMD?
UMD.
Oh, did they? I didn't even notice.
Because they were talking about how he has big fingers.
Oh, that might have been an issue. Yeah, it's kind of funny though.
Either way, gives UNH the advantage.
Yeah, UNH still sitting on 3 ultimates after that Venom swap.
Just-
But the Emma Frost ult for UMD coming out quick here, catching a lot of.
Oh, Emma Frost here ults quickly.
Yeah, and it
Yeah, burn
catches a
down the
lot.
Strange with traded. They're down 2. UNH, never mind. Oh my god, big sweep. The Emma Frost ultimate was really big.
Yeah,
Emma
caught
Frost
it.
ult, you just have to use it unexpectedly. You have to use it when they don't see it coming, really.
Yeah, and you always gotta wait for that shield to break on Strange too. Otherwise, you can't really hit the backline if he just stands in front. UNH still has that Bucky, Phoenix, and Luna all in their back pocket. Maybe waiting for their own Emma Frost ultimate to start making a combo.
Mm-hmm.
Huge damage
They
from
need
Bucky,
to
gonna catch
either walk in or score ult.
early pick.
Good pick.
Huge pick. Now they're just upping the pressure, pushing in deep. Bucky ulting that backline. Luna ult for
You
both
need to keep
sides.
walking. They're gonna have to match that.
Oh, wait,
Phoenix is
huge
definitely gonna
damage
look for
from
an
the
ult here. Damage boost into dude doubles. Nice double.
Yeah, huge play from Despair there.
Phoenix used her own ult too and didn't get anything out of it. So
I think
Another
looked like
senseless
Despair
battle
killed Luna out of her ult, so UMD just completely fell apart once that ultimate fell.
exactly, he did the right click into ult and damage boost.
Yeah, once you have
Luna.
2 stacks of support, that ultimate one-shot them. As the map does start to change here, it looks like one of the UNH players did get cut off a little bit.
Once the map reaches 50%, it does a switcheroo.
So switcheroo on him. Phoenix. Oh,
This
there's
pair
the
of you are
Punisher
getting
ult.
some good damage here. Just feeding off.
Sitting on
Punisher
the
ults. Good ult from Ron Clover. Just make sure not to get burnt out of it because Punisher will kill you out of any ult, basically.
Pretty much. Didn't find any kills with it though, so UNH did play good around their shields there not to fall to that Punisher ult. They are taking a lot of damage as Emma Frost kicks at Strange in the backline, unable to get back to his healers. UNH does lose one thing.
This might still be winnable.
If
I think UNH is gonna plan just to back out here.
Yeah, it
If,
looks like if
they
they
almost
lose-
got that pick on the Phoenix too. That's good though. They were able to get 50%, get a little bit ahead of UMD, even though UMD is gonna come back now. They're sitting on Strange and Emma, and they almost have Punisher, Luna, and their Phoenix backup. Punisher already had set up turret. I'm sure he's trying to farm damage.
They get that ult back up. UNH starting to get a push back towards
That is a
side.
very good position. They have 2 shields in front of that turret. It's crazy. I can just like free.
Popping ultimate
Big
here.
ult, both Emma's ults here. Strange trying to block anything. Big pick from Blackout. Crazy
Unable.
pick. Their invis is low. UMD pops. Invis ult. I'm sure Blackout here is gonna look for a big ult from Strange.
Put on a show.
Using Phoenix.
Bucky's able to farm out his ult here quick. He might be able to have a huge play. Phoenix does fall to the other ultimate here as Cloak and Dagger does get her ultimate. Agamotto comes out as Punisher begins to just rain fire, but the Cloak and Dagger ult is saving everybody. Bucky sitting on that ultimate. He might have a huge play on Punisher here. There it goes. Agamotto goes for UNH as one reset goes. Make that unable to get the second reset. Unable to stay alive. Now just Emma Frost for UNH. Phoenix making the comeback as they are on 99% overtime. Needs to get a touch and stay alive.
UNH doesn't look like they'll be able to make it. If they do,
Unable to stay on long enough to get a portal. First round. does
unfortunate.
fall to
First
UMD.
game goes to UMD.
Best of 5 though. UNH has plenty of time to mount a comeback. Especially they've had a strong showing. They never really rolled over, or got pushed back into their spawn in any of those matches. Sure
They really did really good. Especially that first map, they made it back and they just made some really good plays. It was just the Punisher, I think, that was really overwhelming them overall. And the Emma ult. Anyways, I'm gonna go reconvene with my team. I shall be back maybe if I don't get put in.
Enjoy. Now, back to me on a solo cast here. Does look like we're voting on, perhaps voting on the next map here, or they already have it. They probably already have it picked out, but. Looks like it will be Convergence for the second game. And we are back. Round 2 underway. Does look like it will be convergence. As mentioned previously, it will be underway on the ban phase here. Remember, UMD did go up 1-0 first, but it is a best of 5, so UNH has a minimum of 2 rounds before UMD could walk away with it. Human Torch once again getting that first ban. Not very surprising. A lot of people are rather tired of dealing with that flyer. Hella also going to be a ban here for UNH. Looks like there might be some similar ban and save comps here. Oh, they saved Magneto this time. I believe last time Magneto was... No, he was saved last time as well. I'm wrong. Emma Frost going to be saved this time. Both teams did use Emma Frost a lot that last round, so that's not really surprising to see them want to keep her in the game. UMD especially benefited a lot from her ultimate. Do see a Phoenix ban this time. Maybe UMD a little bit tired of dealing with that burst damage that UNH was so fond of last game. Even though UMD did use their own Phoenix for a while, it does seem like they just don't want to deal with that. Seems like UNH doesn't want to play against Jeff. They did fall to an ultimate last time. The Jeff ultimate last time did pull one of their supports off that first fight, or that first map of last round, so maybe they don't want to deal with that Jeff ult again. No one, I guess. Maybe UNH doesn't really have anybody else they want to save. Maybe they have a different comp in mind, or they just weren't able to make a decision fast enough. Luna Snow gonna be the last save. Bucky. I feel like that's a targeted ban against UNH. Maybe we're a little bit hesitant to deal with all those execute thresholds of that Bucky ultimate. And Mantis gonna be banned by UNH. Bit surprising. They did use Mantis quite a lot that last round with
The right heroes could make all the difference.
I lost my train of thought completely. Anyway, UNH gonna run that Emma Magneto duo here, gonna have that team up active. Meanwhile, the rest of UNH here, similar support setup, but they're gonna bring along a Storm and a Punisher. Maybe looking for that Storm damage boost, along with that Punisher consistent damage, especially with his shotgun on supports. Able to take a Cloak and Dagger out of her ultimate pretty easily.
Was mired in loss and grief, but the future belongs to mutant kind.
UNH will start on defense first.
Let's pop back up under the
They'll be coming in 30 seconds. Stay strong.
You kids should stay out of this.
It's our world too.
Kinda excited to see how Big Man and Blackout work together here with that Emma Frost Magneto duo.
Keep an eye on this spot.
Being able to have that clone of Magneto and 2 shields up at a time is huge for pushing back any
Battle starts in 5,
ult spam.
3, 2, 1.
Doesn't seem like UNH wants to play too far up against UMD here. More of just kind of destroying the environment, not allowing them to maybe have any high ground in their push. Do spot an Ultron doing some early damage to Magneto here. Emma Frost as well. Magneto also going to be the second tank for UMD. Very similar lineups here, different supports, but they both have a Punisher as well. Luna staying up on that high ground, watching that side door in case a flank comes out from UMD. Both supports doing a good job of keeping their tanks up and in that corridor. They're stopping the rest of UMD from pushing. Ultron trying to get a little bit extra damage in there from that poke. Storm playing the environment almost perfectly there, unable to give their Punisher a chance to knock her out of the air. Storm does get critically low, but isn't managed to be saved. Punisher as well getting kind of tracked down by that Ultron. No deaths for either side yet. A lot of damage from both sides. Emma Frost being taken down by UMD. UNH does go down a player. Storm doing some good damage. Almost able to kill the Ultron, who does fall to the turret, but Punisher drops to the other. Punisher Blackout now gets kill of his own with that mag cannon. That cloak ult did save that defense from UMD, allowing them the chance to stay alive on point, not allowing UMD to take over. Luna Snow does pop up, but Magneto is holding on to his ultimate. UNH has a play as Luna pops her own ultimate. UNH now plenty of ultimates coming out. Magneto ult unable to kill the Luna Snow as Storm pops her ultimate, finding a double in the back. Sorry, single on the Luna. Blackout finding a kill of his own. Despair doing a good job at keeping that UMD team pushed away from point. UNH not even getting up a third of the conversions yet. Meanwhile, they're just pushing them back into spawn, refusing to let up for a moment here. It does seem like they might want to start playing back a bit more now, as the rest of UMD respawns, unable to stagger them for much longer. Down to 2 minutes, half the time remaining, and UMD does not have a single checkpoint on the point yet. Punisher now has ultimate, I believe both do, but they know Magneto doesn't have an ultimate for UMD. Good bubble from Magneto there to save the Storm, but he will fall for it. Punisher ultimate for UMD comes through. The rest of UNH quickly just going to run back from that, not wanting to play that. Punisher falling as well. Emma unable to kind of fight on site there. They're just going to play back and not all stagger themselves. UMD does go back up to 4 minutes here as they start to push the cart. UNH is sitting on 3 ultimates. Magneto and Emma Frost both having an ultimate, as well as Punisher still holding on to his. Magneto might be saving his ultimate to interrupt the Invisible Woman ult, which might be his best play. Now Cloak and Dagger has her ultimate back up in case they need a chance to stay with alive. Punisher now going to use his ultimate along with Emma Frost. Invisible Woman ult now as well coming out. I don't know if Punisher is able to outdamage it, but it looks like he is as he finds one. Magneto using that mag cannon to kill their Punisher as well. Warlock getting the respawn on himself after he fell to that Punisher ultimate. Storm barely staying alive. Cloak and Dagger putting in work to keep his team alive. Punisher quickly get his turret set up and just start spamming rounds down this corridor. On site, taking a lot of damage, but able to come out of it on top as his support. Absolutely backbone of this UNH team, keep him alive. The cart is halfway to the first checkpoint here. Storm ultimate now being used. Luna Snow for UMD going to use their ultimate. That's another support ult for UNH as the Cloak and Dagger ults. Unable to get away from the Magneto though as his ultimate comes out now. Warlock finding a kill on Punisher. Luna getting a kill on UNH, make that a double. UMD quickly taking down the rest of the UNH team, making that an ace and allowing them to push the cart up further. I expect them to get the checkpoint before UNH is able to make the return. Once again, they still have that Magneto ult, I believe. I didn't hear the UNH go off. Yep, still sitting on Magneto ult. They do have Luna Snow ultimate here. You could maybe see a Luna Snow ult. No, they're not going to be able to touch point and stop them from claiming that checkpoint. Half the distance remaining to the end here. 3 minutes before we're on the clock for UMD. However, the Punisher ult does come out for UNH here, doing a good job pushing them back off that cart, giving UNH the time to reconsolidate their effort. But the Emma Frost ultimate for UMD does come out now, maybe interrupting that chance to fight together as a lot of the team does get low. Luna Snow does end up falling, but Magneto just kind of sitting on that point, delaying a huge amount of time, refusing to fall. Yeah, all of UNH minus Cloak and Dagger does fall in that initial fight there, down to 3 minutes 10 seconds. Cloak kind of just maybe trying to hide a bit here until Luna shows up to heal her a bit more. Just seeing Emma Frost push up pretty far for UMD as the cart does approach that halfway point. I guess 3/4. Looks like UNH might want to just kind of hold this doorway here instead of pushing out toward that open area. Do have the Emma Frost ultimate for UNH being used now. Huge play. It looks like he caught maybe 5 or 6. Invisible Woman all going to be used. Magneto ult for UNH unable to find the Invisible Woman now as the Punisher ultimate comes out. Luna ult going to save that Magneto from falling. A good bubble there to build up the mag cannon. Now a Magneto ultimate from UMD just find double, finding Storm and Luna as Luna ultimate for UMD comes out. All but Emma Frost now on the respawn screen. Cart with 2 minutes 15 seconds about to touch point. Emma might have to make a last ditch play here to just hold on for a few seconds until UNH can respond and get back. Another touch from the Punisher is going, or it's not Punisher, apologies. The Venom is going to keep them alive. Storm ult going to come alive as well now. Maybe the chance they've been looking for to push back is Luna putting in huge amounts of heals, keeping that Venom alive. Emma going to fall. Storm, meanwhile, does fall in the back to Punisher, but that initial push initial pushback from UNH does save the round for the moment. Minute 45 after the Adam Warlock ultimate went out, but Punisher now having his ultimate up and able to keep them back away from that cart, giving UNH a chance to push it back further. Over 5 meters away from the objective now as we tick down to a minute 30 seconds. Venom doing good here to pull up on the freeze from Luna nearly costing him his life. Emma Frost ult for UMD. Now this has been a big contention point that they've been trying to fight against with the Cloak and Dagger ult, keeping the rest of that team up even with the Emma Frost ult. Big ult economy from both sides here, keeping their teams just so close to this edge here. Down to a minute 10 as UMD pushes back towards their own spawn room. A lot of them falling in that fight. UNH doesn't have any ults ready to go. Venom ult nearly there though, so that's a good thing to fight that backline. Maybe keep UMD distracted and off of point. You see Venom starting to climb up and dive down on those tanks as they walk through that doorway. Storm taking some pretty good damage, able to stay alive. Luna ult as well as that Venom ult both come out, along with the Invisible ult now for UMD. A lot of ults from both teams that is going to be used. Doesn't find anybody this time, but with no support ult left, the Punisher popping his ultimate. But Storm has her ult as well. Now she's chasing that backline down. Gonna do some big damage, but it's gonna get erased by that Punisher ult, unable to stay alive despite the ultimate. But with 20 seconds to go, UMD kind of has to make a huge play here, but they have that Emma Frost ult for UNH. They're starting to have their ult economy come back online. They might have a huge play here. There goes that Emma Frost ult for a huge play. Catches almost everybody, but the Luna ult was perfectly timed there to interrupt. Both tanks for UNH falling, and it doesn't look like they'll be able to hold them, but they have that Punisher ult coming out at the last moment, doing some huge damage, but they're unable to stop that payload being pushed on the point, despite UMD running out of time.
2, 3.
Strong showing from both teams there. They do see a big kill disparity there between teams, but they are running that triple support comp on UMD. It takes a lot more to get kills when they have so many heals.
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
UNH does have to push the cart all the way to the end to tie it and go to overtime. Hopefully they can do that with plenty of time on the clock, so in overtime they have a way better chance of beating UMD. You'd see that initial push. UMD struggled a lot to get on the point, so if this does get pushed to overtime, I have strong confidence UNH will win. They do run a similar setup to the last round. They're going to be on attack this time now. It's 40 seconds countdown into the second part of this round.
Before you attack, get ready.
Think you're fast enough to stop I'm not a hero. I'm the Punisher.
Why would I have to be? I've already disabled the internal mechanisms on all of your weapons.
What the?
Now, play nice, and perhaps I'll put your toys back together.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Second half underway. UNH is going to be on attack this time. Let's see how they have their own strategy here. It seems UMD had that strategy of just keep pushing with the triple support. UNH is running a 2-2-2 comp, a bit more of a practical situation. It does look like UMD is playing back as UNH did on their turn on defense. Looks like UNH wants to go up to the high ground here instead of fighting on the decline of the hill. Taking time to heal everybody up before making that push out towards point here. It does look like they kind of are holding back for the moment, maybe taking a second to discuss their strategy. Storm doing good damage to that Warlock who's kind of hiding out in that little alcove. Meanwhile, the other two supports are just sitting on that Punisher, refusing to let him fall to Storm as she just lays into him. Both tanks for UNH now on point, trying to fight the tanks for UMD for it, but that mag cannon going to do huge damage to the Storm, ends up finding her. UNH does go down both Magneto and Storm in their initial fight for this first point.
You can't strike down a goddess.
Looks like UNH pulled back after that. They lost 3 on that push. And Luna's going to fall as well, make that another. UNH fully staggered as the last 3 remaining fall. We're going to have to waste some time here waiting for the respawns to come back online as they tick down to 2 minutes, 30 seconds. No ultimate yet, but a lot of them are inching closer to having that ult economy. Cloak and Luna both getting close. Punisher as well, not too far off. You could see a lot of ult spam to the point here. Pushing down 2 minutes 15 seconds as UNH starts to make a push. It doesn't look like they want to fight for high ground this time, but that Punisher on the turret is going to be doing a lot of damage. Just able to sit up on the high ground and kind of hold left click. They do spot Punisher as he uses ultimate. Cloak going to use her ultimate maybe to try to save them from Punisher ult, but Magneto trying to use his ult to find the Cloak in the backline, but she sprints around the corner to avoid it. Good play from Cloak, keep herself alive, allowing that healing to come through. Emma Frost ultimate is going to be used by UMD here. Good shield from Magneto, does keep Storm up. Now he's going to use his old ultimate, going to slam it right on top of the Magneto, unable to find a kill as Luna ults from both sides come out now. Both teams just fighting vicariously for this point. The Punisher ultimate for UNH doing huge amounts of damage, along with the damage boost from Luna, able to help a lot. But the Invisible Woman ult now is going to force him to push away from that corner, having to play around the bend to keep themselves safe as Emma falls to Magneto. Storm using her ultimate is unable to find one as Magneto pushes past her, trying to take some of that damage, but just ends up falling. Storm as well, down to a minute 10 seconds. UNH is unable to cap more than a third of that point. Good dodges from Luna, but unable to escape back to spawn. They're going to be staggered off of spawn here. It's going to take them an extra few seconds to get back together. They are sitting on Emma Frost ult. They're going to swap to a triple support comp. Maybe a bit tired of dealing with the triple support from UMD. If you can't beat them, join them, you know. Taking down to 45 seconds. They have the Ultron maybe going on a bit of a flank towards the outside here. Maybe he just wants to kill that Punisher before he has a chance to build up another ultimate. Able to avoid those turret ults, or the turret bolts really well, doing some huge damage, forcing that Punisher not to be able to play on the point anymore. Maybe giving UNH a chance they need to start fighting for point a bit heavier. Seems like Ultron doing a good job at making them focus on him in that backline instead of fighting the tanks here. Emma Frost ult for UNH as well as UMD. The Cloak ult for UNH comes out. Magneto ult for UMD, unable to find the Cloak. Huge play there to keep their support up and maybe giving them the chance to take this point as time ticks down closer to overtime. Nobody falling for either side, but Luna Snow for UMD does pop her ultimate, keeping the rest of her time. Now Luna for UNH does come online. Warlock getting chased down by Magneto, does manage to keep himself alive. The Invisible Woman ult does come through, but Magneto had his ultimate up for this perfect occasion. Damage boost, but the Magneto shield blocks it. Now Punisher uses his ultimate as he notices that Magneto ult comes offline, and that's just going to, I believe, be a cleanup for UMD. All their ults coming out there at the end to secure the round for UMD. They now go up 2-0 over UNH. Strong showing still from UNH there. It just seems like they're not really used to maybe dealing with that 2-1-3 comp. Hopefully they'll make some adjustments to their strategy before the next round kicks off. But again, they still are in this game. It's not over yet. Best of 5. Don't count them out just yet. We are back. Third game. Best of 5 here, UNH and UMD. First ban once again gonna be Human Torch. I expect to see pretty much the same bans here. Maybe they ban. Maybe UNH bans. Target bans some of the supports from UMD this time. Maybe a bit annoyed with that 2-1-3 comp. I know I get annoyed with it quick. Do save Magneto and Emma Frost. Both teams probably gonna run that duo again. Yep, Phoenix ban. Looks like it's gonna be the same bans and saves as last time. Maybe not a Jeff ban this time. Absolutely a targeted ban by UNH, but I 100% respect it. No Bucky ban from UMD this time might give UNH that chance to bring Bucky back into their rotation. I know they got a lot of value from his ultimate. That execute threshold is big, potentially in the later rounds. Ultron gonna be saved this time by UNH. Maybe a bit scared that UMD takes away after they pulled it out last round for their own 2-1-3 comp. Luna Snow gonna be the next save. I do ban Bucky though, so UNH is unable to bring him back in the rotation. I was kind of hoping that UMD maybe forgot about that one, but hoping to see some of those more again screamed at. Last ban going to be that Mantis once again. Some pretty similar bans the last time. UNH just banned Punisher.
Right heroes could make all the difference.
Yeah, once again you see that Emma Frost Magneto coming out. Does look like a 3-tank setup. Definitely not a bad idea against a 2-1-3 comp, because once you have the beefier tanks that are able to push that backline. All right, everything I just said went out the window because they're running a 3-3-3 or a 3-3 comp instead of a DPS. I'm excited to see what UNH does with this. I mean, it isn't like there's a lack of damage from the tanks at all. Magneto can do some huge damage along with Groot, especially if they combine ultimates. So I'm not too worried about a lack of damage. UNH has never had that problem in any of the matches I've seen him with UMD so far. They had trouble killing due to the 2-1-3 comp. Again, 3 supports makes it just a pain to get kills unless you're playing like a Magic or somebody to fight that backline. But UNH will start on defense first, so their 3-3 comp might work well in their favor, especially with Groot walls and the Magneto bubble. Rocket going to be supplying respawns as well, so if anybody does manage to fall early, they're going to be right back in that fight. You do see that Ultron being brought along, so you do see some extra damage potentially from these supports. Seems like they're going to have Cloak and Rocket focus mainly on healing, while Ultron maybe does some poke damage. UMD does bring along their own Ultron as well, so a bit of a mirror match, but it doesn't look like they're getting any real progress in this initial team fight on the cart. Do see Groot getting kind of like launched in the air. He does fall to Iron Man, but the respawn does come out. Groot's going to stay alive. Magneto taking some heavy damage, but he's able to stay up. The bubble coming in clutch to keep him up. That cloak bubble as well, going to keep them alive. The amplifier for UMH does come out now. Once again, they don't have a DPS that like benefits greatly, but the tanks themselves can do some huge damage, especially with that mag cannon. Both Ultrons now going to be ulting on this point. A huge chaotic team fight as the Groot walls are starting to cut off their tanks from the supports, barely able to keep themselves alive with the bubble. Magneto does spot somebody crawling up on that wall. The Emma Frost ultimate going to come out. Now Maximum Pulse does not find anybody. Huge play from UNH. They're able to keep the cloak alive. The ultimate going to keep them on point, refusing to fall in this team fight. Rocket going to have his respawn timer up soon as well. Does seem like that Groot ultimate might have been used there. Didn't really get a whole lot of value out of that respawn. Now going to be tucked away in a corner there in case this group does actually fall here. A lot of that burst damage is able to be healed, but once again, respawned right away. Now the rest of the UNH is starting to get pushed back. Ultron and Magneto both falling, but Emma Frost but now maybe it'll buy them some time as Rocket just kind of dances around the point. Groot finding a kill of his own, but Iron Man going to find one now as Invisible Woman using her ultimate to keep UMD alive on that point. You do see that Magneto swapping off now. No more of that mirror match. UNH does lose the last members of their team. You do see Strange. Might see a portal here to keep them from getting that first checkpoint. You do see a portal for the high ground on this rooftop here. A bit awkward though as they pull right into the Ultron and the Iron Man. Huge damage onto UNH's Ultron. He does fall. UMD did find a second kill there. I didn't see quite who was on though, but UNH is going to quickly fall after that portal play. Maybe not the best of portals. It kind of looked like it set them up in a bad spot against where that Ultron and Iron Man were lined up. That team up is especially powerful. UNH sticking with the 3-3 comp. You do see that Captain America swap. Rocket is going to fall just now. Oh, it looks like he dove off the map there to try to respawn it way or closer to his team instead of just being staggered back behind them. Ultron is sitting on his ultimate. Might be able to see a big play from that. Trying to keep this Magneto up as he plays around the rock, starting to do some damage back to the pushing UMD team. They are down to 3 minutes 30 seconds. They did get a lot of time back from that checkpoint. Does look like there's a Star-Lord now from UNH. They do finally bring out a DPS to start maybe doing some more damage. They stick with that 2-1-3 comp. Kind of copying UMD here, maybe hoping to keep them alive longer. Oh, you just had amplifier for the rocket being placed out. Maybe some Star-Lord plays here, but the Luna ult might shut that down. Maximum pulse now going to be fired out and doesn't find anybody once again. Big play. It looks like the Magneto might have ulted to catch it at the last second. Didn't find anybody with the Magneto ultimate as now UMD uses their own Magneto ultimate. Doesn't find a kill, but Magneto for UNH meanwhile. Blackout finding kills of his own. Cloak now going to be using their ultimate to keep the Magneto alive. He did start taking a lot of damage on the point. And he knows there's no Magneto ult, so he doesn't have to be scared about rushing in though. Blackout did fall, but the Rocket Raccoon ult once again bring him right back in the fight. There's no delay for him to get back and start bubbling, start shielding. Iron Man does find a kill on the Ultron. Invisible ult coming out for UMD right on the point there. Emma Frost unable to keep the healing alive as UNH starts to fall apart a bit here, but they do have 4 players still alive, 3 support, 1 tank. UMD is a bit over halfway on this cart push here. UNH is going to have to make a play to stall them before they can push any further. They do not have the cloak ult, but I believe they're still sitting on a few ultimates. Ultron ultimate, there it is, gets popped out, starts doing some big damage, forcing them to back away from the cart. Magneto doing some huge damage on Iron Man, nearly finding the kill as Emma Frost for UMD pops her ultimate. Now UNH using their own Emma Frost ultimate. A lot of ultimates here for both teams being thrown out. Star-Lord himself starting to do some damage as he dives in the back there. Emma Frost finds one, make that a double. Star-Lord now doing some big damage on the Ultron and the Iron Man, forcing them to back away from the fight. Both tanks just going to dive off the map to get respawning with their team. Trying to get them to stagger. Star-Lord maybe hoping to get one more kill there to stagger them a bit harder, but unable to do so. They did not allow UMD to get that final checkpoint, which is huge, taking down to 1 minute 30 seconds now. Star-Lord is very close to having his ultimate, so you could see a huge backline play here as he starts to wrap around the flank. Oh, he sets up his teleport. I completely forgot about that team up. He has his teleporter set up in case he does take some huge damage in the backline here. Looks like he's trying to maybe focus the Ultron as the amplifier for UNH comes out. Some huge damage boost, but it looks like it might have been destroyed like quick ASAP. Meanwhile, both tanks for UNH get pushed off the edge by the Invisible Woman. The Ultron ultimate for UMD comes out as they're pushed back, and then the whole team quickly falling minus the Star-Lord. Throws his teleport up maybe to keep himself alive. That was a huge play from the UMD Invisible Woman to find the double kill with that push off the map. You see that rocket swap back off there. Star-Lord will lose his teleport ability. Still on his ultimate though. He might be able to see a big play from the rear as time ticks down to 2 minutes for UMD. They do have that final checkpoint, but this last push is often the hardest in my opinion. You have that easy high ground for UNH to take advantage of. They have both that ledge to the right and that building to the left here. Cloak does have her ultimate in case that burst damage becomes too great for the regular healing. They do bring back the Luna here, no rocket. Wanting maybe more direct healing. They still do have Ultron, but meanwhile Iron Man does find the kill onto one. Star-Lord using his own ultimate. Now the Cloak ult comes out. Cloak getting shut down by the Magneto ult. Iron Man finding another kill of his own. Ultron doing some damage in the backline as the Luna ult comes out for UMD. Luna desperately trying to keep Magneto alive as they are shoved back towards their own spawn room. Time ticking down to 1 minute 20 as the the payload draws very close to the end of the map here. I don't know if UNH is going to be able to tap the touch as the Emma Frost ultimate comes out, ultimately shutting down any hopes of touching. UNH unable to stop UMD from pushing all the way in, but they do take down enough time that if UNH gets the payload themselves to the end, they'll have hopefully plenty of time left for overtime.
I am beyond my pitiful creator. I am beyond everyone.
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
Despair locking in that Lord Widow. I'm hopeful. I want to see a crazy play from Despair here. I want to see him just taking heads and names. Does look like Happy Knight might want to edge towards that Namor. It does have Gamma Squid available, I believe. So if they wanted to deal with flyers and make it just more annoying for Iron Man and Ultron to poke around, they could definitely bring a Hulk in. No, I want to see the Widow. I want to see Despair on Widow. No. It's so amusing. I've never seen a Widow in a comp game. I kind of want to. Look like Sky. Skylar's gonna swap to Warlock. Oh, I'm hyped. I'm absolutely hyped to see Despair on Widow. I was unaware he was known as a Widow main, so this is exciting stuff. Maybe. Oh, the swap to Psylocke. I'm upset. I wanted to see Despair Widow. However, you see that Psylocke ult, or the Psylocke swap, which is big. Now that team up for Emma Frost and Magneto has a lot more of that power. Maybe the Psylocke, to dive that backline in the supports. I mean, I don't know how well Psylocke fares against a Ultraman and an Ultron and an Iron Man. UNH does start getting the cart pushed early here, maybe trying to get under that bridge for the first choke point fight. Meanwhile, Despair doing some big damage in that backline, forcing that Ultron to kind of play more conservatively. Never mind, finds one early. Alright. The Namor, meanwhile, doing some huge damage, able to push those flyers back, not allowing them to play the high ground. I mean, this is a good push from UNH here. They're just not allowing UMD to contest the point. Doing just enough damage to force them to keep playing back and around cover, not allowing them to play out in the open. Used to have the Iron Man, but it looks like early Ultron ult does find the kill there, combining with the Iron Man to get Namor down. That's big to take out those squids, which have probably been tormenting those flyers. Luna does find a kill, make that a 1 for Emma as well, and then another for Luna. Most of UNH falls there. Looks like they're going to wait for the respawn to come back online. Time taken down to 2 minutes 45. UNH getting their team back together and consolidated before they start this next push. Could be struggling a bit with the dancing Iron Man or Ultron there in the sky. Do have some ults starting to come online for UNH as UMD uses their Emma Frost ultimate. Starts trying to target those supports and does manage to do so, but the cloak from Cloak and Dagger saving the Luna. Does look like Psylocke gets very low in the backline, but able to dance through there. But the ult for Invisible Man will save them as the Emma Frost gets shut down, make the double kill for UMD's Magneto. 2 mag cannons there. Good save from Magneto on the Namor, but it does fall from the process. Iron Man finds one of his own now. UNH pushed back into the spawn room. This is not looking good. UNH is going to have to come up with a different strategy if they want to get on point and back into this game. As time ticks down to a minute 50, they are halfway to the checkpoint. So, you know, one good team fight, one good ace, and they have this game back in it.
More foes to conquer. That is much better.
A nice deep freeze.
Protect your key.
And we're starting to get those squids set up, doing some good damage to the Iron Man, falling, dropping them below half health. The Luna Snow ult now coming out. Do have plenty of ults now. Iron Man the first to fall to the mag cannon. Now the Namor ult finds nobody. Luna ult for UMD will come out. They do have Magneto ult if he wants to shut down anybody, but the Cloak and Dagger ult will be barely saved by a huge bubble from Magneto. Absolutely beautiful play to keep Cloak and Dagger alive from UMD's Magneto ult. In the meantime, Despair finding the Ultron, making that 1. It looks like he wants 2 as he starts chasing down that Invisible Woman. UNH, huge play to start getting this payload towards the point, but the Magneto does fall. It looks like to maybe an Invisible Woman push again. Despair finds a second. Meanwhile, as the Emma Frost ultimate for UMD does nothing but buy them a little bit more time. Despair hungrily chasing this Ultron, wants to stagger his respawn. Meanwhile, the checkpoint does get reached. Invisible Woman barely able to keep Ultron alive from Despair's hunting gaze. does have ultimate online, so you could see a huge play in the backline here, especially against those squishy supports. As long as Luna or Invisible Woman doesn't have ult up by the time Despair makes a play with his ultimate, you could see a huge play to get them this second checkpoint. Yeah, Despair definitely looking for his flank. He just manages to find ult, or Iron Man just kind of off by himself here. Does some huge damage, forces him to push back to his own team, not allowing him, maybe looking for a play with his ult, maybe using that back line. Do see that Salak ult does come out in the back line, does find one, maybe two, as Emma Frost takes some huge damage. Yeah. UNH doing really good to keep up the pressure right after that Salak ult wipes out one. Absolutely perfect play here, feeding into Despair's flanking routes here and allowing the rest of the units to keep this payload pushing. They're over halfway as Maximum Pulse comes in. Does get frozen, but Magneto did pop his ultimate just in case that freeze didn't come through. You see the Ultron out, Ultron ultimate coming out. So does the Cloak and Dagger ult. Ultron taking a lot of damage as the Invisible Woman ult now joins into the parade. A lot of ultimates for both teams being thrown out here. And Invisible Woman isn't quite scared because that Magneto ult did get used, but now the Luna ult comes out right when the Cloak and Dagger ult finishes. Magneto ult does find that Luna Snow ult and shuts down her ultimate. Meanwhile, Namor nearly falls in the process, barely able to keep himself alive. The Emma Frost ult for UMD starting to do huge things as Despair desperately trying to fight behind this cart, doing some huge damage, nearly dropping the Ultron, but unable to do so as Iron Man finds one. Emma finds another UH now, just trying to come back towards this respawn, not letting them to stagger themselves. Luna did try to keep Emma Frost up for as long as possible, but unable to keep her under that onslaught of Iron Man and Ultron.
These are sounds I never heard before.
Time does tick down to about 1:20. UNH has plenty of time, and they're very close to that second checkpoint. It's a very good showing from UNH here. They had a bit of a rough start in the beginning, but they're starting to do a lot better now. Meanwhile, Iron Man played kind of winning a weird spot there, but it played out well for him. His ultimate did find Magneto, kind of shutting down this initial push for a team fight. UNH going to push back away from the choke point, waiting for that Magneto to come back online, but yeah, that Iron Man's damage is so insane once he uses that, his E ability, I don't remember what it's called. Meanwhile, looks like Despair did fall in the meantime. Namor trying to get a push out of this checkpoint, getting those squids set up as Frost start trading blows. UNH is sitting on the Emma Frost ultimate, so if they start playing for a flank route, you could see a huge play. The rest of UNH is starting to push back towards this cart. Time is ticking down to 30 seconds. We're going to have to start making some plays here. Oh, Magneto nearly falls, but Emma does get a kill on the Iron Man as Magneto does end up falling 2-1. Magneto ult does find the cloak. What a huge play for UMD there. That knocks out that ultimate. Luna ult from both sides is pop, but they're going to run out of the Luna ult for UMD first, and then Despair is going to have a huge play with his ultimate, but that Magneto bubble does save their Luna from the kill. Emma does find one on the UNH. Now it's just Despair along with two supports, desperately trying to hold on to the point as they tick down to 3 seconds. Despair does fall. The Rocket Raccoon maybe trying to save the push here as the respawn comes through. Despair trying to get back on site as overtime begins to tick down. UNH does need to touch and get some kills here as two of them fall. Big play from Froster to knock the Magneto off the ledge. Supports are alive, so it'll be a bit difficult for Emma to fall as the Invisible Woman ult does come out. Namor unable to find her before the ult can fall. Maximum Pulse going to be used here. Big play from Despair in the backline to try to kill the supports, but unfortunately, nobody was on point right before he could get that kill, so UMD will go up 3-1 over UH, and they will walk away with this varsity rivals match. It was a good showing from both sides. UNH gave it their all, and it looked really good there. It was never a blowout, never a runaway, but absolutely a perfect game. And if you did miss it, there was a varsity game of rivals as well, so hopefully UNH did walk away with a win in that category. However, that should be all for our broadcast tonight. Thank you so much for joining.